This video may contain copyrighted material used for educational, transformative, or commentary purposes, constituting fair use under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Law. And it's also my Hey now, what's up, y'all? It's Lil Paulette, and I'm back. How y'all doing? I missed y'all so much, except for I see y'all at 3 with the T all the time. But I miss those who I have not seen in the live chat with 3 with the T. And I am back to talk about a new show that Michelle Obama had a hand in. I don't know if she's the producer, but she had a hand in it, and it's called The Later Daters. I am of the same age of the people on the show, so I thought that it would be great if I covered it, even though I am married right now. It was not that long ago that I was still out there dating again. I was married before too, guys, but in between. So I kind of get what is going on. I mean, it's probably different now too, but still at the same time, it's some things that are the same. So I decided I want to cover Later Daters. So our first lady is Anees. She's 62. She's been married 3 times. She's a cutie pie, body tight, looking good. And trust and believe, you know that black don't crack. And most people probably don't think she knows 62, except for, people who, can tell whatever. But for the most part, most people can't tell that she's 62. Just like most black women, you can't tell what our ages are. Once we get a certain age, we just stop aging. Shit start going backwards. So yeah, she's been married 3 times. And now she's looking for love. And since her last marriage, she's been single for 20 years. So now she's looking to get into a relationship and find love. She's a cutie pie. She has a daughter who's a cutie pie as well. Anees works out. She has a beautiful home, a beautiful daughter. She's not stuffy. She doesn't act like an old lady. And when I say act like an old lady, I mean a grumpy, mean, old, judgmental old lady. At least not yet. I don't see any of those tendencies, so I'm just going to say she doesn't. But if she does, I'll call it out. Because, that kind of turns people off. Unless you're a nasty, grumpy person as well, then you probably enjoy it. But, yeah, she's a sweetie pie. She looks fun. Like, I could be with her. I'm 53. I don't mean be with her. I mean hang out with her. She could be one of my girlfriends that I could hang out with. Because I like to hang out with fun, energetic people. Yeah. And her daughter's name is Dwana, I think, or Dwana. It's one of them names like Paulette, y'all. It's one of them names like Paulette. It could have just been Dwayne or like Paula, Paulette, Paula, Dwana, or Dwaynette, one of them names, child. I did think it was a little dramatic when the producer asked the mother something about what does she do when she sees a man that turns her on, and the daughter started like fake breathing hard or acting like she was anxious or whatever, that she was scared. And then she was like, I didn't know where this was going. Like, girl, hush. So Dwayne was saying that her mom don't look her age, she don't act her age, but she is definitely dating guys who look like they 60 something or whatever. And she thinks it's funny. That's the same way with me, same way with my mom. So funny. But she's like, I just feel like y'all just want me to be with somebody because y'all don't want me to be alone. But if something happened, I got 3 kids and I got somewhere to go. That's right. That's right. Okay, Anees said that she would like to get to a 3rd date. But usually she can't get to a 2nd or 3rd date because maybe she's judging too quickly. So I would still say that she's not a mean old judgmental lady, but she's saying she's judging the guys that she's going out with probably based on other things, superficial things or things that remind her of her exes or whatever. But I had to call it out because she said it. Next, we have Miss Suzanne. She's 63. She has long flowing hair. She is, just without knowing anything about her, she looks like she could be my friend as well. She looks very hippie-ish, and you guys know that I am a hippie, and just a modern day one. And most of my friends are like Suzanne that are not African American. So yeah, she looks like a good time. She looks like the type of chick that I would be hanging out with, the ones that I travel with before I got married. She looks like she's part of my tribe as well. Can't lie. Suzanne has a daughter named Allison. She has a beautiful house, and her daughter seem like they have a fun, cool relationship. I think it's funny that her daughter said that people take one look at her hair and assume that she's a good time. And she was like, they would be assuming right. Because as you see in the beginning, I did. I saw her hair, and that is exactly what I thought. She reminded me of all my friends or whatever that have that hair. That's exactly what I thought. That's so funny. She said, I like big hair, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Suzanne said, no pot belly. You gotta have teeth. She like nice arms. She love big lips. See, that's what I'm talking about. She is so clear. I love this woman. I love Suzanne. I love Anise too. But I like people who just are not afraid to come out and say it. And that might have something to do with our community, though, you know. Shoot, she said physically fit, nice feet, and someone who values hygiene. She just going on and on, y'all. I'm going to skip over some of that stuff, but honey, yeah. She like a confident man, jokester, like a good glass of wine. Yeah, yeah. Okay, next we got a brother. His name is Nate. He's 56. He looks like he lives in one of those neighborhoods that was on Poltergeist. Remember on Poltergeist when all them houses looked the same? and they were like going around in like the circles or whatever from above. But it looks like a nice house. I'm just kidding. Nate has 2 daughters. He was married for 16 years. They got a divorce. Nate said his fantasy woman is curvy. He like hips, thighs, and buttocks. He likes the booty. Oops, red flag on the field. Red flag on the field. Nate said that some people says that he's OCD, but he's not OCD. He just likes to have things in order. Y'all ever been with somebody that was OCD? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. In my opinion, this is why he ain't got nobody. But carry on. Nate said he don't like drama. He don't like clutter. And he thought that after his divorce, he would be remarried in 5 years. And then another 5 years passed, and he said the same thing. But he's still single, y'all. But Nate is not bad looking. He's not, I mean, he's okay. I wouldn't call him ugly. I wouldn't call him gorgeous or anything. But he's a decent looking man. He has a nice house. He keeps it spot. I mean, the house is dope. I'm not going to say it's all of that, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the decoration that's kind of plain for me. I'm not a beige person. I will never understand beige people. I'm not a beige person. So, excuse me. I like to see more color. He has a lot of white and beige in his house, so kind of ugh. But the house is still nice, even though those aren't the colors that I prefer. It's still a very, very, very nice and very nicely decorated home, especially for a man. And he does it himself, I think. So the doorbell rings and Nate's ex, Jackie, comes in. And the first thing he says is, don't be looking at my house like that. And she said, I love your house. I love your decorations. Okay, so this is his ex-girlfriend, y'all. Well, it says ex-girlfriend. I don't know, but it seems like it was a 3-week booty call when they were in college and she got pregnant. Now, I don't know if they were girlfriend and boyfriend after that. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like. It's not giving ex-girlfriend. It's giving that you guys are very compatible, but you never really let it go past anything past smecks. But that's just my opinion, and I don't know the facts, so bear with us, y'all. So their daughter is named Jasmine, and they FaceTime her, and they tell her that Nate is looking for love, and her mom is teasing, looking for love, or whatever. And they got a cute little relationship between the three of them, it seems like. So he asked Jackie, what does it look like to her, his other person? And she was like, somebody who gets you to your core. And he was like, yeah, my mirror, my other half. And she was like, well, if that person get on your nerves, then that's just you. If it's your mirror. He was like, yeah, but I don't get on my own nerves. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at Nate more. He is kind of cute. He is kind of cute. So Jackie, the ex, says that he's been ready. It's just that it haven't been working out. So this seems like a cute relationship, but it may get in the way of him finding someone else new. And it may be part of the reason why he haven't found someone else new, along with the OCD, because she even sits like on him. She's damn near sitting on him. She's sitting so close to him during this interview. Like, I don't know. It's a bit much to me for somebody who is looking for love. And why would you have her sitting so close to you? Why is she so close? I don't know. So it looks like the professional, I don't know exactly what her title is yet, but her name is Logan. And she comes over and she says when she walks in Suzanne's house that she feels like she's in Pottery Barn. Pottery Barn was my favorite store. Oh my God. This is why I probably love her house. So Logan says she's not a matchmaker. She's a dating coach. And a dating coach is on your side. Wow, she went to Harvard. She ran Google's behavioral science program. And she's the director of relationship science at one of the major dating apps. Nice. Okay. But can we say this sounds a little bit like Married at First Sight? It kind of reminds me of that. And Suzanne loves butts. She has all type of art that displays the booty. And I ain't gonna lie, back in the day, I used to have all kind of art that displayed the booty as well. I loved that. I thought it was so pretty. But it was all black women. Hers are all white women so far. But I did love it. And I don't know if you guys remember Brie from America's Next Top Model. She was a pretty dark-skinned girl or whatever on there. Her mom was a great artist. I'm not going to say was. I don't know if she's still living or not, but I used to talk to her online back in the day before social media. We used to talk via email or whatever. And her mom used to make these beautiful butt pictures and stuff like that. They were so dope. Booty pictures. Like, they were dope. They were sculptures. Oh my God. Everything about it was dope. So, I know what she's talking about. I thought it was just beautiful. Wow, Suzanne is an optometrist. Wow. Aw. So she was married for 27 years before her first husband, Chris, passed away. And they have 2 boys and a girl. Oh my God, the boys look just like him. The eyes, they look so much alike. And then, of course, she has her daughter, Allison. But her whole life was just pulled upside down when her husband passed away suddenly. Oh, so she says she buried herself in house projects after he passed and everything. And all of a sudden her wind chimes started chiming, and she says, that's him. That's my connection to him. Because they were just talking about him. Oh my God, y'all, that made me cry. I love stuff like that. Suzanne says she in love with Matthew McConaughey. She looking for her own Matthew McConaughey. She also has 2 Bichon dogs. They're little dogs like mine. I mean, it could be medium sized, but they're not big dogs. And it's important to her that the guy love dogs. Yeah, for me too. If you don't like dogs and cats, don't even come around me. Because even though my daughter has my cat, I still love cats. And I love dogs. So, I get it. They said his celebrity crush is Janet Jackson. JJ, baby. And his ex said that's been his celebrity crush forever. Well, at least we know Nate is consistent. And Suzanne also loves Patrick Swayze. Well, I can't be mad at either one of them because both of the people they pick are dope. I love Patrick Swayze, and everybody know I love Janet Jackson. JJ, baby. Even though I'm mad at her over the Kamala stuff, but I still love Janet Jackson forever. Anise said her celebrity crush is Michael Jackson, because she was the youngest in her family, and everybody had one of the Jacksons assigned to them. One of her older sisters, it was Jermaine, and her oldest sister, they gave her Tito. Poor Tito. But Jackie is actually the oldest, so y'all could have gave her Jackie, and Jackie is fine. Jackie look good. He's the oldest guy, the oldest boy in the family, and Jackie was But rest in peace, Tito. You always been the little chunky one, but Dee Dee liked it, so hey. So Suzanne is about to go on her first date, and she comes out and she shows her daughter Allison her outfit, and she has on like this black jumpsuit, really like light material. It looks really cute with the back out, and she opens the door and shows her daughter, and her daughter says, "Damn!" I love that. I love that. She puts her arm up in the air. Yes, Suzanne is that B. Yes, she is. She is that B, baby. Yes, I love it. I love her. Get it, Suzanne. Oh, and look at the little bichons. They are so cute. Looking like my dog. Okay, so Suzanne is meeting Frank, 63, divorced, 8 years single, 2 kids and an attorney. Frank says that people tell him that he looks like Steve Martin identically, but he wants people to say he looks like Richard Gere. He said, "Come on now." I like you, Frank. I like you so far. You got a little sense of humor. But I ain't gonna lie, you do look a little bit like Steve Martin. I don't know about identical, but you favor a little bit. I love that they show like old high school pictures of them, like before their meeting. Like she's on the way to the restaurant that he's at, and then they show her young, like a high school picture, and then they show Frank young, like a high school picture, and they show them together, Suzanne plus Frank. I love that. That is so cool, later daters. I love it. Oh my God, Frank. When he saw her, he said, "Oh my goodness, Suzanne." Oh my God, I love it. He thinks she looks so good. I ain't gonna lie, she looked good, baby. She looked good. 63, wearing an outfit, rocking the hair, beautiful. Oh, silver. She did say she likes silver foxes, and he is a silver fox. I do remember that. Go girl. You go, Suzanne. Suzanne immediately thought he was handsome. She just thought he was a little short, but that's because she had on some really high heels, and she was like, "I could change that, baby. I could change that. I like that." And old boy brought roses too, so she was loving that as well. He just kept saying, "Oh my goodness, wow." Stuttering. He don't even know what to say because Suzanne is that big baby. He don't even know what to say. He is shocked. He like, "Y'all set me up with her?" I ain't mad at you, Steve Martin. Just kidding, Frank. Just kidding. So Frank was trying to do the small talk thing, asking her if she lived in Gainesville and stuff like that. And she said, yeah, but she was like, before we get into that, I want to talk about the podcast. The dating coach had told her that that was a way to not do small talk, just bring up something else and, you know, like a podcast or whatever. And she was like, well, I'm going to talk about Matthew McConaughey's podcast. So she did try to bring that into the conversation, and he didn't have a lot of response. He was just like, oh, yeah, he's a stud, you know, he's a great guy, but he didn't really have a lot to say about it. So she did try. Okay, Frank. He got the white rose for the first date. He got the pink rose for the second date. He said he hoped. He got the red rose for the third date. Okay. So he got the red rose for the third date, fourth date, and fifth date. So he gave her 5 flowers in that bouquet. And that was sweet and it was thoughtful. But let's hope you get to the second and third date, Frank. And she said it was really sweet, guys. So they had a really cool date. They were laughing and talking and had a few things in common. So then the dating coach Logan, she goes to talk to our beautiful Anise, the first beautiful lady that we saw in the beginning, to get her ready for her first date. Oh, and Anise's husband died on the job. He had an on-the-job accident and he passed away. And I think their youngest was 2 at the time. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. This stuff gave me chills. Like, I'm literally having chills right now. Things that these women have gone through. It's so sad. So, Anise says that she's been told that she self-sabotages her relationship. So this is why she's on the show, and she thinks that she needs help finding someone. And I definitely get that. I get that. So Anise says that she's dated a lot of different people, and a lot of times, they look good and they want to sleep around. And then a lot of times there are people who are men that are insecure because they find out that she has a doctorate. And we all know how that is, y'all. We know how that is. So some men, their ego just can't handle it when you're very accomplished. And then there are some that can. I feel Anise on this. She said all her life she's minimized herself because she don't want other people to feel that she's too big. I definitely went through that where I felt like that, where people would get mad, because of the attention that I was getting or whatever. So I always tried to minimize myself. That's why I'm cool being in the background now. I think that's really why I could be behind the camera and still be really good. I'm not the person that got to be all out there trying to get all the attention and stuff, even though people claim Leos are attention seeking. Most Leos are just attention getting. We just that. And other people think that you have to try, and you don't. You don't. They may have to try, but a lot of us, we don't have to try. It just comes with the territory. And I remember always trying to make myself small, so I definitely feel this. So, of course, Anise was emotional while she was talking about that. And she was, the dating coach, Logan, is saying that she wants her to tell her accomplishments right up front. Then you can see who can handle it and who can't right from the beginning. And she wants her to shine, not like she's been doing, hiding. She wants her to shine in her brightest way. Be the sun, baby. Be a Leo, baby. Just shine. So she wants you to do that. She wants her to do that. And Anise was saying that she didn't want to have an emotional moment on her date. And the dating coach was like, why not? That might be the missing piece. And Anise was like, well, that's something my daughter would say. So Anise says that she doesn't think that she's perfect. She does believe that it's something that she is doing that is hindering her from having a relationship. So maybe it's being small, Anise, because you don't got to be small. There is some man out there that is going to love the Diana Ross in you, honey, the Erica Kane in you, baby. Going to love it. Well, Frank and Suzanne are having a good time on their date, and then they get to the point where she asks about children, and Mr. Steve Martin Frank, child, he got a 16-year-old still in high school. And just like me, nope. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So that's like something that she doesn't want to be a part of, and I can't blame her. At 60-something years old, I am 10 years younger than her, and I do not want to be a part of that. I've already done it. I help with my grandchildren. I do not want to be a mommy again. I can love them, but I can't do nothing else with them. I can't do it. I feel you, Suzanne. I feel you. So the dating coach, Logan, goes to visit Mr. Nate Dogg. And the first thing she said was, oh my God, your house is so clean. She was probably expecting something different, I guess, because it was a guy. And he had a lot of medals and stuff out. And he talked about that he used to be a paratrooper. He used to jump out of planes in the military. And he ended up getting hurt. And that ended his career, unfortunately. So Nate tells her the story about how him and Jackie conceived the daughter, and basically Nate feels like Jackie tricked him or whatever. And the love coach, the dating coach, said she's still in your life even after that betrayal, and he says, yeah, because we had a child together and now she's my best friend. So, okay. And he had a fiance who got pregnant by somebody else while they was engaged. Shaking my head. And then he goes on to say the next relationship, that person he actually fell in love with. So if you had a fiance, you're saying the first fiance you didn't fall in love with, or you just saying that now because she did you dirty? Like, I don't understand. How could she be your fiance if you wasn't in love with her? Or was, no, I don't know. You're going to have to come on my show, Nate, and tell me about that. Explain it to me, baby. Explain it to me, honey, because mommy no understand what you talking about. I know understand what you talking about. I know. So he went on to marry this woman, and they were together for 16 years, but they had some trust issues going on, some other trust issues, Nate Dogg said. So the dating coach, Logan, picked up on him having trust issues with women, and he admitted that the only woman that he's ever fully trusted was his grandma. Yep. He says trust is earned with him, you know. That's what he said, y'all. I like what she said. She said dating in your 20s is like a startup, but dating in your 50s and 60s, it's like a merger. Baby, she said a word. I love it. That is so true. Another thing I really like about Nate is that he admits that he has trust issues. He didn't say, oh, a woman did me wrong, that's why, He said he never trusted a woman besides his grandmother, period, anyway, fully. And everything that the dating coach is telling him, she's telling him that he can't come in with I'm a perfect guy wall, because it makes people feel intimidated sometimes or less than. And Nate is not being argumentative or being standoffish or rolling his eyes or any of that shit. He is literally taking notes and smiling and saying, like he is eager to learn. So I am not mad at you, Nate. Nate Dogg! So she told him that she wants him to be vulnerable, and she wants him to say something vulnerable that he normally wouldn't say. And they're going to work on together what that should be. And he isn't shying away from it or making any faces or anything. He's just like, with a nice, a decent looking mouth. Decent looking mouth on his face. No lips turned up and none of that. So they go back to Suzanne and Frank. They're still on their date, having a good time. And Suzanne says, can I tell you a toast? This is my daddy's toast. So he's like, sure. And it goes like this. Here's to you, and here's to me. And may we never disagree. But if we do, the hell with you, and here's to me. I love it. Clink, clink. Like Medea said, clink, clink. Oh, my goodness. Frank was feeling that. That made him lean on in for a kiss. And she turned over to the side to be like, here's the cheek, bro. But she didn't do it mean, it was cute. But he was a little aggressive the way he jumped up out that seat and came over there like, yeah, I know I would have turned over to the side too. But she had a big smile on her face. And then she teasing her saying, behave. He talking about, but I do want your number. I like him. I really do like Frank. Too bad you got a 16-year-old. But her daughter comes to pick her up. I guess they send the producer send the daughter in the restaurant to get her now. Or whatever. Say she's there to pick her up. Or whatever, which is cute. Wow, when they hugged and kissed to say goodnight, was it like, it was a little kiss on the cheek, actually, a cute little hug. The daughter gonna say, what did I just watch? And then she gonna ask her mother how many of them drinks did she have tonight, which I thought was cute. And then Frank go outside to do his confessional part, honey. He's like, Suzanne is hot. Did you see that dress? For God's sake. Yeah, we know the way you jumped up on that. I told y'all, Suzanne is that B, baby. She is that B. She had her hair out and it's flowing. And she got a cute little body, cute little tight body. She looked like she don't even got to work out. She looked like that's just her. She just a little teeny weeny cute little thing or whatever. And she's tall. Y'all got to see Suzanne. She's gorgeous. I'm going to put Suzanne up. Wow. So she said she was feeling him. And he told the people she told her daughter she was feeling him. He had good energy. They have a lack of no conversation, blah, blah, blah. He in the confessional telling people, yeah, I would go out with her on a second date in a hot second, but I didn't get her number because her daughter walked in right when I asked for the number. I didn't get a chance. But they both was feeling each other. And I like that. Child, they go to see Nate Dogg. He done got dressed. Got some of them dope sunglasses he had laid out. Everything in his house is organized, put in the right place, just looking, just looking good, especially up there in that closet. But Nate then got dressed, and he was like, "That's the one thing he can control is the visual, and he hope he giving you all of that. He hope he giving you face, body, ass, titty." No, let me stop. I'm just playing. So Nate goes to a restaurant and he's meeting somebody named Latricia. They show Latricia talking to the producer saying something like she likes a guy that's physically fit. She wants to have a nice body and she don't want him to look old, basically, because she said she don't want to be seen with somebody who look like her dad. She is 56. She never been married and she has no churn. And she is a senior IT professional. So, she don't got no churn. She ain't never been married. She ain't got none of that baggage like that. But she can have relationship baggage. And she is a professional. So, that's good. Latricia. And she's meeting Nate at the restaurant. Oh, my goodness. The picture that they show of them when they were younger. They both were in the military. And of Nate and Latricia. Like I told you they did with Suzanne and Frank. They look so cute when they were young next to each other. Aw. I love this. I love this concept. I love this, guys. Okay, I didn't mess up her name, y'all. Her name is Latricia. I think I called her Latrice. And she told him he looked dapper, honey. And she saw him when he came up. You look dapper, baby. And Nate Dogg was liking everything he saw about Latricia. He noticed that she worked out. And, he works out. And he loved that. He loved her long flowing hair. And he didn't notice till she sat down and she had on high heels. And, honey, I love high heels. I love high heels. Yeah, put on them heels. Yeah. Nate is sweet. He made sure that he was pronouncing Latricia correctly, unlike me. And she appreciated that. She's originally from Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. What? And they both were Army brats and both went into the military. I love it. So far, they have a nice little cute, flirty conversation going on. And Nate got that thing I got going on, too, where you got like that one dimple that just pops out sometime. And people be like, oh, my God, you got a dimple. I don't have a dimple, but I do. It's like hidden. I don't know. She just shows up once in a while. I do. Even my cousin is the same way. I don't know what that is. So Suzanne and the daughter Allison is still at the restaurant, and Frank left, but the dating coach Logan FaceTimes them, and they talk about how well the date went, and and she talks about her advice and everything. And the daughter says that she could feel the chemistry when she walked in there, which I thought was cool. So Suzanne and Frank had a good time. She said the only thing is the kid. Otherwise, he's door number one. All right, Steve, Martin, Frank. So Anise is about to go on her date, and she talks about how she can go on a date with somebody and she can see one trait and she cuts it off. And she be like, I don't want to deal with this for the rest of my life. But isn't that like the red flags that people talk about women miss? That kind of sounds like that. Like she sees things that she don't want to deal with, so she cuts it off. That's kind of like when people try to shame women for being with somebody and they say, didn't you see the red flags? So now she getting shamed for seeing the red flags and cutting somebody off. I don't know. Maybe she's just to the extreme with it. I really don't know, but it does kind of sound like that, in my opinion. So she says she's going to listen to Logan and not make assumptions and judge, basically, before actually knowing the person. So they go back to Latricia and Nate, and they just got their food served. And Nate asked her, "Does she pray?" And when he asked her, "Does she pray?" she was very excited about that. Oh my gosh, do I pray? Blah 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 blah. That really, she really liked that, and she was like checking off boxes, and basically, being grateful for the food, praying. That's what she meant. And she was excited to see that he was a praying man. Then she noticed he didn't have a drink. And then she asked him, "Do you drink?" And Nate said, "I don't drink and I don't smoke." And she's just like, oh, she basically about to have a big O over there. She's like, oh, goodness, this is amazing. All right, Latricia. So they're having their nice little conversation on a date. And they asked her what she liked to get involved with, and she's an outdoorsy person. She likes to do stuff like that, not just jogging, but like other outdoorsy type activities. And we know Nate can't do that because he jumped out of a plane in the military and it ended his career, so he has some injuries. So he's not able to do that. I think his knees and his back, and he kind of walks with a kind of sort of like I don't know. You gotta see it. Nate does have some injuries, so I don't want to like make fun of it or anything or say it wrong. So he got some injuries. So Nate asked if it was okay if they took a selfie together, and she was like, "A selfie?" And he was like, "Yeah, to commemorate the first day we met or whatever." So then she was like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "I never had a guy ask me to take a selfie on a first date or on a date." And he was like, "Never." And she was like, "Nah." So they took the picture. The picture was it was kind of cute. It was all right. And yeah, they get ready to go out the restaurant. So Latricia enjoyed the date. She thought he gave her hope. She said he like a dinosaur, a unicorn, like everything about him was dope, basically. She's feeling it. I hope Nate feels the same. I have a feeling that he won't. Yeah, he liked this about her. He liked that about her. She beautiful. She educated. She this. She that. She that. But she's religious. I'm not. I'm spiritual. Yeah, just like I said. So he's not feeling her because she's religious. So he's looking forward to the next date with someone that could check all of his boxes. Even though he did send a selfie to her and they have that, each other's numbers now. So I guess he's gonna keep on looking. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I figured that. I figured that. So they show Suzanne getting a message from Frank on a Facebook Messenger saying he was stalking her till he found her. And she starts talking about Frank after her and her daughter read the message. And she's not sure about him because he's not a big Georgia Bulldogs fan. And to her, that's very important. Frank is a big golfer. So this might be a deal breaker for her. So basically, Suzanne said it's imperative that her next date love the Georgia Bulldogs. There it is. So Miss Anise is going on a date. Remember? She's meeting someone named George. He's 60, divorced 2 times, 7 years single, and has 1 kid. He's retired in nuclear security. So that means he's definitely financially stable. I mean, unless he doesn't know how to manage his money, but he probably still works because he's 60. So yeah, 7 years single. He's okay. I don't know. Let's see what she thinks. It doesn't matter what I think. Let's see what she thinks. When she walked in the restaurant, his eyes got big. I can't tell if he thought she looked good or he thought she didn't look good. She does have on a short, like, tight bodycon dress that maybe a young girl would wear. But she looks good in it. Like, you can't tell her age, so. But, I don't know. I don't know. So she leans in and she says she's a hugger. Is that okay? And he says that's fine. He looks like he's enjoying the hug, but then again, that look in the beginning was a little confusing. Okay, so she said that he was good looking. She said the gray hair with the dark skin, it was a good combination. He's a little shorter than what she expected, but that was okay. Okay. Okay, so they start talking or whatever about the date, and she says that she likes to climb mountains, etc. And he was like, "Have you climbed Stone Mountain?" And she was like, "Of course." He was like, "Okay, that might be our second date." So they seem like they're liking the date. They're enjoying each other. Okay, he says she's his kind of beautiful. So the look was he liked it, and he said that's all he could say. All right, all right. You better go, boy. Wow. So he says he has one kid because he lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee, I guess. Is it Tennessee? Well, I hope so. He lives in Chattanooga, and she asked if he comes to Atlanta a lot, and he says he has a kid that lives here. One, and she's like, just one. And then he says, yeah, that one that I know of, and she's like, I have three. And then he blurts out, same daddy. And she kind of laughed, and she was like, why would you ask me that? Oh my goodness. I hope you're not red pill. So he says he is definitely red pill. He said that he's dated more than one person that had three kids with three different baby daddies. And they each had a logical excuse as to why it happened. So she said, an excuse or a reason? And he says, a reason. Yeah, he's a red pillar. I'm so disappointed. So the waiter comes by and asks had they made any decisions, and he said, I had. I just looked at a pig on the menu and it's me. If that's not goddamn poetic justice. So they start joking about about him dating an older woman because I think she's 60. Was she 63? 62 or 63. And he's 60. And he's like, what? You're joking. He thought that him saying he was 60 was like old or whatever to her. And she. So she whispers it to him, and then he was like, black don't crack. And then a few seconds later, this fool says to her, have you had any work done? Oh my goodness, he is definitely a red pillar. They show her in the confessional saying, I'm trying to be open-minded. And she got that black girl look on her face like she about to tell him off. Y'all know the black girl look. So she ignored the question and she says, so you date a lot? He says, I live in Chattanooga. I F around in Atlanta. That's what he said to her. Excuse me, I date in Atlanta. Oh my goodness, he is a old ass red pillar. Dusty! Damn, you a dust bucket. And then she looks at him like surprised and he says, I like my women a little ghetto. And she says, you do? You like a little ghetto? What am I listening to if this is not a dusty red pillar? Oh my God, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. Oh. Then this dust bucket grabs her hand and says, you know you got it in your heart. He basically calling her bougie and telling her that she's fake and to let the ghetto out of her. That's what I see. That is my opinion. No, I didn't want you to be dusty. I didn't want you to be a red pillar. No. He told her he knows she got it in her. Get her a blonde wig, man. Psh, you ain't gonna be able to tell you nothing. What? What? Y'all get the F out of here. Get out of here. This is what I be talking about. This is the stuff I be talking about. So yeah, that's season 1, episode 1, and Michelle Obama is the executive producer, y'all. So I really enjoyed it. They showed like a little trailer of what's coming up throughout the season. It really looked good. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the commentary. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. And if you want to donate to me, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description. And also, I'm going to put it in the comment section. And so is my Cash App if you would like to donate to the channel. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for taking the time and hanging on in there with me. And y'all have a great, great day. Later, daters. Peace, gang, gang.
I'd like to kiss you, but I just washed my hair. Bye.